What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios Channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today we're going to be taking a look at another new release movie just debuted on Disney Plus a couple of weeks ago. We're going to take a look at Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. It's not a reboot, it's a comeback. Starring John Mulaney, Andy Samberg, Will Arnett, Eric Bana, Keegan-Michael Key, Tress MacNeille, Seth Rogen, J.K. Simmons, and Dennis Haysbert. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And like I said during the introduction, today we're taking a look at another new release movie here on the show. We're going to take a look at the Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers movie, which premiered a couple weeks back on Disney Plus. As you know, I try to give you guys a couple weeks when these new releases come out so that you have a chance to see it before I review it. That way I don't have to worry too much about spoilers or anything. I don't figure my core audience is going to care a whole lot about this movie, but I was excited to see it. As a guy who grew up as a teen in the 90s, Disney Afternoon was a big deal to me. So to see a movie for the Rescue Rangers definitely piqued my interest. Let's get into it, and then I'll get more in depth with all that at the end, okay? Now, as our movie opens, it's a world co populated by humans as well as cartoon characters. Our main characters, Chip and Dale, meet in elementary school, and they very quickly become best friends. They later move to Hollywood in order to star in the television series Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, which becomes a successful series in the early 90s. However, when Dale gets offered his own show, Double O Dale, the two have a falling out, and both series end up being canceled. We then jump ahead 30 years later, and Chip is a successful insurance salesman, while Dale spends most of his time on the fan convention circuit. The two are contacted by their old co star, Monterey Jack, who owes money to the Valley Gang due to his stinky cheese addiction. Monty warns his friends about a trafficking operation where tunes are kidnapped, have their appearances altered, and are then shipped overseas in order to produce bootleg versions of their films for the rest of their lives. Later that night, Chip and Dale are informed by Detective Ellie Steckler that Monty has been kidnapped. Steckler reveals to the pair that she is a big Rescue Rangers fan and suggests that Chip and Dale investigate on their own as the police department's hands are tied. Chip and Dale go and find Bjornson the cheesemonger, who was Monty's cheese dealer. When the pair begin to question about the Valley Gang, they are captured and taken to the Uncanny Valley part of town where they are questioned by the gang's leader, Sweet Pete, an adult version of Peter Pan, as well as his henchmen, Bob and Jimmy. When Sweet Pete realizes that they are investigating his bootlegging business, he attempts to capture the pair, but the chipmunks are able to escape. When the two share their discoveries with Ellie, they learn that she isn't in good standing with the police captain due to reacting to a bad tip and raiding Nickelodeon Studios with disastrous results. However, with Ellie's help, Chip and Dale are able to sneak into a bathhouse in order to steal Pete's fitness tracker. They are able to trace his movements to a warehouse on the docks, although it is already abandoned by the time that the police arrive. Once inside, they find a large operating machine, which is designed to alter Toons' bodies, along with several Toons parts, including Monterey Jack's mustache. Meanwhile, at the police station, the pair argue over the loss of Monty, as well as their past grudges. However, when they smell Monty's cologne, they realize that either Ellie or Police Captain Putty is working with Sweet Pete, so they flee the station. At the ongoing fan convention, Chip and Dale try to convince Ugly Sonic to ask his FBI contacts to help, but he declines. Sweet Pete and his henchmen arrive, having tracked Dale using his social media posts. And during the ongoing chase, Sweet Pete's henchman, Bob, is restrained by Tigra and Lumiere. However, Chip is caught by Sweet Pete and Jimmy and taken to the warehouse. Ellie is also lured to the warehouse by Captain Putty, revealing that he is a part of the Valley Gang and has been covering for Sweet Pete, even going as far as to give Ellie the false tip regarding Nickelodeon Studios. Sweet Pete forces Ellie to call Dale in order to lure him to the warehouse, but Ellie sends a coded message using Rescue Rangers episodes. This allows Dale to realize that Ellie is in trouble, and he reaches out to former castmates Gadget and Zipper, who are now married to each other and have children, to assist him. Dale enters the warehouse using a firework, which gets lodged into the machine and stops it before it can be used on Chip. This causes the machine to go haywire, transforming Jimmy into a fairy and Sweet Pete into a giant amalgamation of various Toons. While Ellie fights and defeats Captain Putty, Sweet Pete chases Chip and Dale through the warehouse, revealing it to be the location where the bootleg movies are actually filmed. The pair are able to lure Pete to the docks and use a ploy from their show to trap him. The FBI, led by Ugly Sonic, then arrive on the scene in order to arrest Sweet Pete. Sweet Pete fires a cannonball at Chip, but Dale jumps in front of it and blocks it, falling unconscious. Chip fears that Dale is dead and begins to apologize for his behavior over the years. Dale then wakes up and reveals that he was saved by a golden Pog chip that was given to him. The pair free all of the bootlegged Toons, including Monty, and the Rescue Rangers reunite. Dale then introduces Gadget, Zipper, and Monty to Ellie, who decides that she wants to open her own detective agency. As the team departs, Dale proposes a Rescue Rangers reboot, but Chip insists on seeing the script first. As our movie ends, the credits show the Valley Gang in prison, Monterey Jack has been restored to normal, and the Rescue Rangers are shooting an episode of their reboot series. This was a fun romp through my childhood. I have just got to say, the Rescue Rangers, as I said in the top of the show, the Disney afternoon was my jam when I was younger. Specifically, the lineup that consisted of DuckTales, Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, and Darkwing Duck. I did continue watching when DuckTales was removed and it became Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, Goof Troop. But once that changed and they started to bring in Bonkers and Gargoyles and all the other stuff, I stopped watching Disney Afternoon. I would only watch the shows that I cared for, and then once it got to the other ones, I would turn it off. But to see a Rescue Rangers movie now, as a 45-year-old man, it just warmed my heart. It was very much a throwback to Who Framed Roger Rabbit. For all you guys out there that have seen Roger Rabbit, if you liked that, you will enjoy the Rescue Rangers movie. Think about it. Roger is framed for a crime, uses a human detective to help him solve the case in order to save his wife and, restore his name. Monterey Jack is kidnapped. The Rescue Rangers use a human detective to try to help restore the name of the Rescue Rangers and save Monterey Jack. Humans and cartoons coexist in the same world with each other. Non-Disney cameos within the film. Roger Rabbit, you had things like Droopy the dog, you had Betty Boop, you had the Warner Brothers characters, Bugs and Daffy and Tweety, etc. Here, you had characters like My Little Pony. You had Randy from South Park. You had Transformers. You had Sonic. Ugly Sonic, the original way that Sonic looked in the very first Sonic the Hedgehog trailer, when the fans caused such an uproar and caused Sony to go back and redo the CGI on Sonic. That is what Sonic looks like in this film. And they've just got all these other ties to cartoon history within it. It's such a great film. And if, like I said, if you're a fan of Roger Rabbit, you should enjoy this. Bottom line, hands down. When it comes to my rating for this film, it's not a perfect movie. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I hope this gets a home media release so I can get a hard copy of it added to my collection. I know it's on Disney Plus now. It's a Disney Plus original. It'll probably be on Disney Plus for a long time. But that's why I collect hard medias, because eventually movies get pulled and replaced with other movies. And if such a time comes when this is taken off of Disney Plus and replaced with something else and I want to watch it, I've got that hard copy. I've got that DVD, that Blu-ray. I've got my own digital code through that I've put into my Vudu, my Movies Anywhere account, and I can watch it digitally. And I don't have to worry if it's on Disney Plus. 4 out of 5 stars for me. What do you guys think? Those of you that have seen the Rescue Rangers film, let me know. Leave your thoughts and comments over here if you're watching the premiere. Leave your thoughts and comments down here if you're watching on demand later in the day. Make sure you guys tune in later today to the Jeff Meacham Network, as we will be providing you with coverage of NXT in your house. Myself, the Simple Man Noah Foster, will be doing commentary for the show. Jeff Meacham joining us with his reactions. I'm very much excited and nervous for this, as it'll be my first time actually doing commentary for a watch along. So make sure you tune in for that. Tomorrow, here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, will be another episode of The War Zone, the weekly acquisition report, where I bring to you some of the newest additions to my movie library. And then following that, back again on the Jeff Meacham Network. It'll be our watch long coverage of WWE's premium live event, Hell in a Cell, or as we're calling it over at the Jeff Meacham Network, the Red Crate of Hate. And then on Monday, back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, join me as I take a look at Wayne's World, starring Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, Rob Lowe, Tia Carrere, and others. And then immediately following that, it'll be our joint presentation of Ask the Dads, both here and on the Jeff Meacham Network. You're not going to want to miss out on all of that content, both here on the Casa D18 Studios channel and over on the Jeff Meacham Network over the next couple of days. Little something for everybody: wrestling, movie reviews, the war zone, etc. Thank you to all my loyal fans and viewers out there who tuned in today, joined me for this review of the Chippendales Rescue Rangers movie. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell so I can get boosted up in the algorithms of YouTube here. Make sure you share this video with all your family, friends, other movie lovers, other Disney lovers, other cinephiles. Try to get me monetized. Try to get those hourly views up so that I can be monetized by the end of the year, as my goal is. Thank you to all you guys that tuned in and joined me today. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time.